Hello, everyone. Sorry, we are having a little bit of issues today on this glorious Sunday. So, welcome, my wonderful watchers. Gather round, dreamers and seekers. Let's weave a tapestry of life, myth, mystery, and the unknown. So, pull up that chair, settle in, and prepare to be enlightened and enchanted. Welcome to Coven of Curiosities as we gather close by. So let me bring on my other host, Donna. Hello, doll.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. A little chilly here today. It rained, but doing good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oops,
I
okay.
see Rick jumping in there.
Hey.
Yeah, there's Rick. I see him.
I see you guys.
You're sneaking in from the woods, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry for the delay.
No, it's okay. We had some technical issues anyway, and yeah, so looks like, unfortunately, I don't know what in the world happened, but we're actually recording this and it's not going live. It wouldn't let me. I don't know why. I don't get what's going on. That is so weird. It keeps saying upcoming. It's not even showing us live. So I guess we'll just record and it will be posted anyway. I highly doubt there's going to be even a lot of people that watch today because of the holiday. So hopefully, I'm sure people will watch later. So that kind of bums me out. I don't know what the heck happened. I think it was because I might have opened another StreamYard under the same, when we were trying to figure things out. So anyway, how is everyone? Been a long week and weekend.
Oh, yes.
Man, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
it's been hectic with family and the Easter holiday and everything.
Yeah.
And the work.
And, yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. Yeah. And then, with work, and then there was so much going on because, Donna, what did you end up doing for your birthday? Your birthday was April 3rd.
I actually, me and my son worked on my cabin. That was my birthday present. So he does all the work. He does the wiring and all that. So we kind of, and then my daughter came and brought me flowers, and that's usually their routine. They take in and out. So yeah, that's kind of the way it goes.
Very nice.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Oh, thank you. Actually, that's what I said. Don't I look good for 163 or something?
No.
63 and 63. 126. Sorry. I have two birthdays. So.
You're funny. Oh my goodness. You look amazing for being as young as you are.
Oh, thank you. Hey, everybody takes away from their age. Not me. I figured out if I add to it, it makes me look better.
That's some good thinking there. That's funny. So for today's show, because on Donna and I, we were on Monsters Unleashed yesterday, and give a shout out to Trisha Collins and Michael Webb of Monsters Unleashed. Thank you guys so much again for adding me onto that show. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of that show. But Trisha and Donna and I, we usually end up kind of having a girl chat afterwards. At least it's happened a couple of times here. But Trisha told us the story that just recently happened on March 29th. A woman, unfortunately, Alicia McAlester, was brutally attacked by an unknown, unidentified animal. And so I thought, why not share this? Because it's a family, the husband, children are, 2 girls are affected by this along with the mother. And there's a GoFundMe. So I thought, what a way to not to glorize, but to let people be aware of that area and surrounding areas, that there's something out there that is coming out of the woods and pouncing on people and attacking. So just calling out that safety and then trying to help this family. I think it's just horrific what she's going through right now. And then the father, what he's going through, and just imagine what the children are going through. So I thought, what a better way than to share a Easter Sunday story. So that's why I chose this story, because I thought it would be a good one and get that warning out. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to share my screen and I'm going to play the actual news footage so that we can share what's actually being, if it's letting me share my, there we go. It's slow. So for some reason, sorry, everyone, I'm having some difficulties. So I'm going to play this. So let's take a listen. If it plays. Okay, hold on. It's supposed to play the video. That's weird.
I actually ran across this yesterday, this story, and I think it's out in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Whoops. It is.
She said,
okay, I'll just play the audio. If for some reason the video part, it's not wanting to play the video. So it's kind of strange.
I know they said that she had like pulled into a driveway. She was going to be asking for a job because she's the main breadwinner of the family. And this thing attacked her, and then she was there before they found her for a while. I listened to it, and she just said that it was dog-like. That's the only way she described it was dog-like. So that's horrible.
Yeah.
Then they'd said there was no known animal known to be able to do this kind of attack on a person.
Yeah, she's horribly, you know.
Did you guys hear it?
Mm-mm.
No, I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either.
Really? Okay,
No.
Hold on.
There it is. There it is, but there's no audio.
Really?
I see it, but I can't hear it.
Okay, you guys you can't hear it at all? Why is it? That's so weird. I've been able to play videos before, and this is weird. Okay. Well, I'll just read what I've got. It's pretty much the same information. So I don't know why it's not working. That's so strange. Because I've been able to play videos before during showtime, and that's strange. It's weird. Okay.
I think there's something going on with the internet because we're having trouble.
Something. I'm telling you, it just seems like everybody's having issues.
Yeah.
It was like, well, did you see? It was like that giant. I sent it to you. It's something that's putting out it's like an alien space thing that they've been tracking, and it's sending out a sequence of numbers, which is almost like Morse code, and it's a huge light, and it's literally, like what they say, bus size or something like that. Did you see it? It is.
I did send you that. Yeah, I read or looked at the video or the information you sent, but I haven't fully gone through the whole thing yet.
But they're saying it's affecting a lot of the, like the satellite signals. Yeah. So it, I know before, when I worked with them before, a lot of, they had said before, it is like a sequence of numbers, but it's like Morse code, and they're actually saying something. So it's just, they haven't figured out what they're saying, but
There's definitely,
What's going
definitely
on?
something out there.
something. Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
who it's coming from, but whether it's government or if it is some kind of other activity, which could very well be.
Yeah. Something's still going on, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, as some of you guys probably then, I don't know, some people haven't seen this yet. I did watch the news clip, but Alicia McAlester or Maxie pulled into a rural driveway. She was there for something like as simple as just getting a farmhand job. That's all she was trying to do so she could support her family and her husband. But within an hour, everything had changed for her. The homeowner, he was an EMT, found Alicia lying in the yard, torn apart, barely clinging to life. He immediately began life-saving measures until a medical helicopter could arrive. And he, with years of emergency experience, he was shaken by what he had seen. Her injuries, I'm going to turn this over here. Her injuries were catastrophic, not the kind that you expect from a dog and not the kind that you expect from that roams in Oklahoma. The Pittsburgh County Sheriff, Frankie McClendon, said, I quote, in 38 years, I've never seen anything like this. Think about that. Nearly 4 decades of responding to wild animal attacks, dog maulings, livestock injuries, hunting accidents, and nothing compares. Alicia has already gone under 4 surgeries already. Her face, her legs, her arms, every part of her body tells a story of a violent, overwhelming assault. This wasn't a nip. This was a scuffle. This was a full force predatory attack. From the hospital bed of St. John's, Alicia has been able to share fragments of what happened. She remembers pulling up to the gate. She remembers hearing a deep growl, low, resonant, and close. Then something pounced on her, knocked her down to the ground, and overpowered her instantly. She described it as like dog-like, but she didn't say it was a dog. So there's a lot of details that they're looking into. The Pittsburgh County Sheriff's Office has brought in Oklahoma Wildlife Services, and they're treating it as like a mystery as of right now. Evidence from the scene, including Alicia's shredded clothing, has been sent to a lab for DNA testing. They're checking 3 possibilities: a dog, a bear, and a mountain lion. And I'm sorry, but the way that they're looking at this, and I think they just need to wait for the DNA test to come back. But she said it was dog-like. She didn't say it was a bear. She didn't say, that it was a mountain lion. She said it was dog-like.
Right.
But this is my thing. Here's my question, you guys. Okay, you can go and do a DNA test, but if they find something that they can't say for sure what animal it is, are they going to shut this down and close it out because of the possible findings of the DNA?
I think they will. There's been several cases throughout the years where they've shut them down. When they get like an undetermined animal. So I believe that they probably shut it down. They can't find an answer.
Yeah.
Or they'll cover it up, blame it on another animal, cougar or bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
But from the description of the dog head, I mean, it sounds like a dog man to me. Definitely going with the dog.
And they're even saying, and besides the news film that I wanted, or short that I wanted to share, but it's not working for some reason. But even in the articles that I've been finding on it, they said that the way that it's not like if a dog bites, it's, teeth, right? They're saying it's worse than that.
Yeah.
Like it's something they've never seen before. So like, even if a bear, I'm not too familiar with bear attacks because I haven't really studied them, but do they tear? I'm assuming they shake.
Yeah, they tear and crush. They crush bones.
Yeah,
They have a powerful
They
bite.
hold them. they hold down and, but then they wouldn't have left her because a bear will carry your body away and bury it to come back to eat it. A cougar will pull you away and put you in a tree. So coyotes, they rip your guts out. That's the first thing they do is they literally disembowel you. That's how they attack.
Okay.
So it's
well, this one pounced. So, I mean, are you guys familiar with you guys being out in the woods so much and having more experience in that aspect or going out and hunting? Have you guys seen, is there any mountain lions in the Oklahoma area of this area where she's at? Do you guys know at all?
I'm assuming there probably is out there.
There probably is.
Yeah, I'd say they have mountain lions out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound a lot similar to that story up in Land Between the Lakes of the family that was attacked by a dogman?
It really does.
It does. And see, that's what I was saying. Things are changing. It's like here, what that attack the other night, and all these years that never happened, and it was, it's just within feet of me, and it clearly meant to take me out. So there are violent attacks going on. I mean, I've never. So whatever's causing it, I don't know.
Something's going on right now that's stirring everything up, making it more active.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you guys have all noticed, because you guys are out in the woods, you guys notice the amount. And for me, because I'm not in the woods, but I'm in the city, people have been acting very weird. And
absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. More aggressive.
Little snake out here.
I found a baby snake.
Yeah, he's a little cold.
Leave it to Mandy. She's out snake wrangling.
Yeah, she brought me a baby snake.
He loves them.
She knows I hate him. She knows I hate him.
Oh.
Woo! Hang on, I got to change my underwear after that.
Hello, Mandy.
Hi. Sorry, I was eating, stuffing my face.
You're fine. I know it's Easter Sunday, so I'm sure a lot of people are feasting right now. So
yes,
Miss Prankster.
it was so good. I made a big old thing of banana pudding. And,
gosh.
Yummy.
I love banana pudding. You remind me of my son. My son, when he was like 10, and my younger brother, who's a year older. This was on, what day? It was a holiday. I can't remember. Anyway, I had work, so I was still in bed. They would catch snakes. That's what he did. He came in and he goes, "Hey, Mom," he pulled the blanket back, threw it in the bed. I went up the wall, and because I don't like snakes. And let me tell you something. It's like, oh, kiddo, they ran. I was like, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, I've got a lot of people with
that. Reason a tear stand for a.
You'd have whipped my butt if you was my mama when I was little. Then.
Well, they were always boys. They tortured me all the time.
Oh. So Mandy, we were talking about the poor lady Alicia, McAlester, so and how she, was trying to just go land a job as a farm hand, and she heard a growl, and then she pulled in and was pounced on. So, and she said it was dog-like. But they're kind of ruling out if it's a mountain lion, bear, and what was the other one, you guys? A dog, just a large dog.
Right.
So, and when I was just telling everyone, I was like, yeah, a dog, a bear, and a mountain lion. And I was like, you guys, they took some of her clothing and some of the samples to the lab to get it tested. What about if it doesn't come back as a dog, a bear, or a mountain lion?
Right.
What about if it comes back, as we know, and some of us, the ones that believe What about if it was a dog man attack?
Right. Well, we'll know when they don't tell.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
when they close it off.
It's
If they
in
close the case and go hush hush, then
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
then we'll know for sure it's not a dog
Right. Yeah.
or a bear or a mountain lion.
Right.
I wanted to do the story because we were on Monsters Unleashed yesterday and Trisha mentioned the story and I thought what a good way to get a message out so people can, you know, if they wanted to donate to their GoFundMe and help with the news people and try to get their story out because even the husband is going through dialysis right now and they have no car. Their car is being kept to, you know, be tested and all that for any type of DNA and whatever else. So
So is she in like critical condition?
Yeah.
Is she's
Yeah,
talking?
yeah,
Really bad.
she talked a little bit. She does mention I tried to play the video, the actual news video, but it wasn't working for some reason. I don't know why. But what happened is that she's had 4 surgeries already and it got her face and her arms it was like just all over the place. Like it wasn't focused in one area. Like Donna mentioned, you said wolves. Was it wolves or coyotes? Sorry. Coyotes.
They'll go for the throat.
Well, that and then they disavow you. They'll rip your guts. That's
Yeah.
a coyote goes for the
That
guts.
too. Oh yeah, cats will go through the throat, and cats aren't like the type of animal that's just going to attack and pounce. The only animal I know of is coyotes that will like, unless disturbed or something's wrong with it or you took off running, but just to attack.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have left
Pounces
behind
on it.
either. They would have they would have carried her off because they eat you.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like a bear. They'll carry you off and bury you to come back to to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
The
heard a big
cats.
knock up here.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, on the way through out front, I heard a bobcat out there.
Yeah, we're at mom. She's been having some activity out here, some knocks, and
really?
there's some tree bows out here.
Show
We're
the
gonna
tree
have
bow
to.
right here. It goes all the way up like this and then over and makes a perfect rectangle back to
Really?
the ground. Yeah, it's just right on the other side of this tree right here. Back.
You sure? I
Yeah.
haven't seen that one.
You might not be able to see it from down here.
Might lose service.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
think
probably
you can see
probably
it.
lose
Down there,
service
it's
if
right
I go
there.
too far away. Service
Yeah.
might have to be out here.
Yeah, it's right there on the other side
It's
of
up
the
in
tree.
here.
Yeah, it's hard to see
Yeah.
from the cell phone.
Yeah. We'll try to get you up there.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to see. And is it just a bunch of, can't really see too many unless it's like close by. I mean, we can see the branches and stuff, but depending on how far it is, yeah, we can't see it. It's just a bunch of trees.
Yeah, it might be an older one.
Bad out here.
So they're saying though that there's a possibility that because of the injuries being so unusually extreme, investigators say that throughout their experience they've never seen anything like this. And then they said that the mountain lion, Oklahoma does have mountain lions. They're ambush style matches Alicia's description that mountain lions typically kill quickly, and there were no confirmed tracks. So that's another thing. There were no tracks. You would have seen paw prints next to the dirt or wherever wherever it took place.
Well, a dog attack, you would see they're fighting her on the ground. So the ground should have been tore up, and of course, I'm sure there was blood splatter. Probably why they kept the car, but you would see footprints.
Yeah.
So,
And then
sorry. They will attack, and they usually only come out, after dusk, after it turns dark.
Yeah, and this was in the afternoon. It wasn't, it wasn't during nighttime or anything like that, or dusk. Because she was out looking for a job. So, but it also mentions here that bears can inflict massive trauma as well. But this wasn't a defense swipe or a startle encounter. This was targeted in a takedown. So like a mountain lion, like a cat would, or a dog, but because dogs can come up behind you and sneak up behind you if they want to. But this, they're just saying they've never seen anything like this. It's not, they're basically, to me, it's abnormal. Definitely an unidentified thing.
Right.
But, yeah. So, and then they're, like I said, they're taking the DNA to have it tested and stuff like that. So the DNA testing is definitely going to be key throughout this case. But again, once they have their results, if it comes back as unidentifiable, then what? Like I said, are they going to close this down and make all the family go hush hush? Or are they, or even if they found something that is not, does anyone have really dog man DNA?
Government probably does. I would say they probably do.
Right.
Well, they do, but
yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah. So with this, it is a very sad story because she is a mother and a wife. And she's a woman that was, just like I said, simply trying to help her family because of her husband, Wallace, is on dialysis waiting for a kidney transplant. Sorry, not a liver, but a kidney. And their only vehicle was impounded after the attack. Their 3 children are terrified. This is not just a mystery, it's a crisis. The community has stepped in and they're sharing support, their prayers, their donations, because the family is fighting multiple fronts, and which is true. I mean, I could not imagine what they're going through right now. Just feeling so worn down and just probably overwhelmed with emotions. So
the brief clip all of her, they actually showed. Did you see her in the clip? And it showed some of the injuries, like to her face. Did you see that? It's
no,
horrible.
not yet. No, I haven't. I haven't come across any trying to find something.
It's
go ahead.
massive. I seen it. I actually watched a clip. It was like a news clip, and she said, "I'm sorry. I'm just in so much pain. I can't talk." And you could see the extent, like in her face area. So whatever it was very big. You could just from what I could, it's like, like bit chunks. So it looks bad. And I felt so sorry for her. I mean, she's the one that's working because he's sick and supporting the family. I've been there. I've done that. And I know how hard it is. So anybody that can help, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Please help her. She needs it so bad.
Yeah, and you can find it all over the news. I will also post the GoFundMe for them. I actually went to the GoFundMe page, copied the link because I felt it was very important. I'm going to donate some money. Donna, you mentioned you were going to donate. So whoever can donate, whatever you can donate, even $5, $1, whatever you can, if you can. It's
Everything.
appreciative because I just feel so, oh my gosh, I could not imagine.
So I
I
wonder what the reason behind the attack was. Was she just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Had she disturbed something?
It's a good question. You know, she was
Basically,
arriving.
she-
Go ahead. Sorry, Donna.
Yeah. I was just say basically she just pulled in. She did nothing but basically just pull in through the gate, and the way it's saying, you know, she didn't make any noise or startle anything, or she just was going to ask for a job, and whatever attacked her just came out of nowhere, and either that or maybe it was waiting on something else or somebody else, or you know, I wonder if the homeowner that's there had heard anything, any noises or anything around the house before this happened that he could supply information with, you know. Did he hear any growls or, you know, something abnormal that he hadn't been hearing before that,
Yeah.
or what kind of animals he has? You know, does he have chickens or something that would draw in a predator? You know,
That's a
that
good
kind of
question.
thing.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if there was something there to draw it in, or
Mhm.
you know, the little ones are supposed to be out right now. I think that's a lot of reason that everything's acting up, being
Yeah,
overly
yeah,
protective.
it's birthing time. Yeah, it's birthing. And mating. It's mating and birthing. So it's a
Yeah.
bad combination. Yep. Mm.
It's definitely interesting and it's sad. Very, very sad. And, you know, wishing them a fast recovery. And so I'm definitely going to post the GoFundMe. So if anyone's interested, you can click on the link and
Yeah, for sure.
help that family out. So that's not the only story we have. Rachel are from Haint's and I forgot now. Haint's Hexes. Haint's Hexes and Dollars. I'm the one that helped you with it, and I can't even remember.
You came up with it.
Anyway, she's got an awesome story. It's not just story, it's like history. It's literally history. And she's got a lot of information, and she's I chose this one because I like vampires, but it's actually based on a true story. So something that actually happened in the 1888, 1887? I can't remember.
1788.
1788. Got the numbers. Okay.
Good.
All right. Rachel, you're up.
All right. Well, back in 1788, in what is now the very small town of Dillsboro, it was then called New Webster. Dillsboro today is less than 0.5 miles. A mysterious family moved there from royal descent. Dr. Alfred, along with his wife and son, built their large home there near the Tuckasegee River, where the father of Dr. Alfred set up his medical practice. At first, the folks in the town were very grateful to have a doctor, but things soon turned very dark. The deaths began. First, it was patients who went seeking help and never returned. 2 men that were being seen by Dr. Alfred for gout mysteriously died. The town minister, who was quick to defend Dr. Alfred by saying, "Only God chooses when it's time for the soul to leave," soon changed his mind when his young daughter, who was being treated by the doctor, strangely died also. Then a lynch mob full of townspeople quickly grabbed up their torches and pitchforks and stormed the house. This was right before daylight, to find that their beds were neatly made so they hadn't been sleeping in them. They went down to the basement where they found 3 open caskets. One of them was containing Mrs. Alfred herself. The son was nowhere to be found. They never did find him. They dragged Dr. Alfred and his wife, Mrs. Alfred, outside into the yard, hung them from a tree, and then they torched the house. After the house was torched, it's still reported even today to see a bat-like figure with red eyes flying over the town.
Oh, that's spooky.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Why would she be in a coffin?
Yeah, the beds were all legally made.
Like, that's so weird.
I've
There's
tried
a-
and tried to figure out where this house would have sat at because it is not a very big town at all. There's only about maybe 10 shops in Dillsboro.
Yeah. So I couldn't find photos of what the family looked like. I was kind of bummed. Like I was typing it in. And I just could not find it at all. And I did find, I'm trying to, share the screen here. Here we go. Having difficulties today, I swear. Anyway, this is a very old picture.
That's all.
What's that? So this is looking east of Dillsboro. So it's just, I mean, you see how it's not that even that big back then.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's smaller than that now. It's
Oh, really?
around the same size.
Wow. But my thing is, why were they in a casket? Why was his wife in the casket? That's very odd. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Well, it is
And-
said they were from royal descent. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We know what a lot of people from royal descent are said to do. Crave
Weird.
blood.
Yes, that is true. I can only imagine what royal descent people probably do.
Oh.
That opens up a whole nother rabbit hole that we could go on for days and days and days.
Yeah.
Mm.
And wasn't he was a doctor. Do you know what he was a doctor of?
That it doesn't say.
Huh.
There's not a lot that you can find on this or around this area for that matter. But Dillsboro is a very, very small town with a lot of very strange happenings in it.
Well, and it seems too that they've got a lot of tunnels.
Yes, they do have a lot of
Yeah, so I can only imagine what kind of stuff goes down and around the tunnels. You know what I mean?
Well, Dillsboro is in between two mountains and a river, so you wouldn't think you would be capable of digging tunnels and under the river, but
Yeah.
supposedly there are a lot of them around there and in that area.
Yeah, and then there's a small cemetery. So in Dillsboro, because it's so tiny. It really is a small
What
town.
about their grave? Where did they bury the doctor and his wife? How about their graves? Can you find their graves or
So
anything like that?
supposedly they hung them out in the front yard, and after the bodies weren't moving anymore, they drug them back in the house and set them on fire with the house. So they don't have a grave anywhere. There is no proof that they ever actually existed.
Oh.
That's so crazy. So Mandy and Rick, have you guys heard of the Dillsboro? What's it called? Vampires of Dillsboro?
No. But I know I'm familiar with Dillsboro. We go down to North Carolina all the time.
And it's pretty small. Rachel said it's pretty dinky.
Yeah, it's small.
If you guys go down to Nantahala, you could ride the train from Nantahala up to Dillsboro.
Mhm.
Dillsboro is pretty much just a train stop.
Yeah.
Really?
hmm
We stayed in Almond there. It's kind of it's like a little ghost town type of place.
Yeah.
Neat.
Close to Almond.
I felt like I was reading something.
Well, Rachel was reading the story. I know that you guys missed it for a little bit there. But in spring of 1788, Dr. Alford and his family moved to New Webster, later renamed Hillsborough. In 1889, the Alford family was said to have moved from a rural descent. And he was a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a doctor.
But they eventually they went down into the basement, right, of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read that part again where they found the you know what?
So they stormed the house very early of the morning whenever the bed should have been unmade and they should have been just waking up, and they found the beds all made up. The bedrooms are very tidy. They went down to the basement and there were 3 caskets laying open, and one of them was still Mrs. Alford laying there asleep with her arms crossed.
Oh wow. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Like, what the suck your blood?
Right.
Sounds crazy.
Different versions of this story where it said that all the people that died were found with puncture wounds on their neck, but of course that could just feed in with the vampire hype of the 1700s.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
That's what I was going to ask, if they found anybody missing or deceased.
Supposedly everybody that was seen by the doctor died of mysterious causes right after.
Wow.
Interesting.
That'd be a
Huh.
great spot to go do some investigation. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Find out to see if you can find out some more information. Maybe the local. Do they have a library there?
Not in Hillsborough. In the next town over where I'm at, Silva, yeah, there's a library there.
I'm just not exposed to the small towns. I did live in a small town though in Washington State. That was dinky. So I know what it's like to live in a small town, but that was in Washington, which is, I guess slightly different because we're on the West Coast. I don't know. Seems like different states have different, belief systems or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
they're
their
all-
stories, the folklore.
Yeah.
So, right, yeah. So that's what we were talking about, and it's kind of there's more to the story, but it's like, because there was it looks like here, vanished entire communities erased from the map. Over 1,000 people were forced to leave that area at some point. So. And that was back in the 1940s. The federal government did a massive project to power aluminum plants.
Yeah, that would be the road to nowhere. That was down in Fontana and Bryson City.
Oh, well, and I'm sorry, but it seems like the government's into a lot of things.
They are into a lot of things. They're into a lot of cover-ups.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Electricity could be run through the ground the way that Tesla originally had it, but he was going to give free electricity to everybody. The government can't charge you through it unless they run it through a wire.
Yes.
Mhm.
I always say electricity is a lie. They have enough just with the solar panels alone to power this whole country. You know what I mean?
There's nothing else too.
Yeah.
There's no need to flood towns unless you're trying to cover up something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like Helltown here. Have you know the story of Helltown, which was in
I've heard of
like
it.
the late 60s and 70s, where they came in, threw everybody off their farms, and then they shut it down. But the Algonquin said it was nobody should live there. But when they settled it, and then people started disappearing, and I watched the documentary on it of the soldiers going in, and they were to survey. There was only one man came out. There was 2 groups went in.
What?
There was one man came out. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
We watched
and he
it.
hid. He was the one that was filming with the old round thing, because this was early late 60s 70s, and he hid it in a grave and went back and got it later. And they said, which I don't usually say the word Wendigo, but that's what they say is there, because the bodies were sucked dry. It was like, there was just a shell, their bones. It was just like it just.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they, my friend, this was in like 94. That was the attorney I talk about. and he did like paranormal investigation. He asked me to go there with him because there was teenagers had went in. It's locked off. They're not allowed to go in. And they went in, they broke in, and they got attacked, and 2 of them were killed. And they have it on, they were filming. So it shows this thing coming out. And they said, oh, it was a bear attack. They killed a bear. But what's in that video is not a bear. You can see it. I don't know if you've ever watched it or not, but
No,
it will make.
you'll have to share the. How do you watch the movie? Is it on Amazon or something?
Yeah,
Or the
you can.
YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch
That's on
it.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube?
It's Helltown. Yeah, Helltown.
Helltown.
In Boston,
Helltown.
Ohio.
Okay.
They say that
I
it's on fire underground.
Oh, that place.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
Old coal mining.
Yeah.
Oh,
He tried to
yes.
get me to go. I was like, no way. I'm not going there, you dummy. I was like, people's getting, I was like, you crazy. And the people just got killed there. It's like, oh, I want to go. I want to go. I said, okay, if you come back, I'll see you when you get back, but I'm staying. I'm going.
Yeah. I'm trying not
He
to
didn't
go
go
through
either.
that. Scared me.
We got to put that
No,
on.
no, no.
We're going to have to go.
I'm staying behind you. Rick's going first.
That Moonville Tunnel. That's a real creepy place. Some people died there, workers, and some people died on the train there that ran through.
I can't wait to take y'all there.
It's a real scary
I wanna
place.
Yeah.
I would love
So
to go.
isn't there's a movie, a scary movie based in that town. That was at Silent Hill.
That's what I just
Yeah,
asked him.
Silent
It's
Hill. I'm
kinda
thinking
similar.
it's kind of
Silent
based
Hill.
on that.
It's one of my favorite old time movies.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's
Yep.
creepy. The hammer guy or that
Yeah,
big triangle face dude.
super scary.
They're so
We
scary.
love it.
It's
Love
so
Silent
good.
And they
So
made a
good.
game after it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Silent Hill. That's one of my. And then they made a second one, and I think a third one. But the first one's the OG. It's so good. But yeah.
We watch it all the time too. Yeah, it's so scary. Every time.
So we've got a few more minutes, and we already discussed the 2 other stories. So Rick and Mandy, you guys have been out a lot in the woods, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Anything new I saw?
Oh,
You wanna talk
yes.
about it?
We were out Thursday night, out in the woods. We parked and walked down to the river, probably a mile and a half and back after dark. And something was whistling at us in there, and I caught a white Bigfoot running through there. It was just strolling through. I mean, I got home and seen that thing on the pictures. I was just freaked out. I
You made
slowed
me
the video.
so happy.
Yes, I think that was Donna's watcher.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
okay.
so happy. I was so
Yeah.
happy to see him.
And
I seen it
found
on the video, and I was like, because I've been searching and searching because I was so afraid that he was gone.
I'm
I
so
thought it
happy we got to get a glimpse of him for you, Donna. He's
Yeah.
beautiful.
He's beautiful. We got a great
Wow.
picture of him
And,
walking. You have to slow it
We
way
found
down.
we found a print
Wow.
out there. We went out yesterday and casted it. It said to let them sit for 2 days and then you can brush them off. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just letting it finish cure out. But I'm super excited about that. It's just been a crazy.
When I see you guys, you're both getting a great big hug. I love you. Thank you.
We love you, Donna.
My heart was broke. I'm telling you, I cried for days, and I just could not.
Aw.
Oh,
I could not.
I think it's cool. We got matching prints now almost with the toes.
yeah, I can't wait to see this print's massive. I
Yeah,
can't wait to
He
get it cleaned up.
on his 1 foot, he only has 3 toes left on the 1 foot. His feet are he's so old, he's cripply. So, but hey, he's tough. Let me tell you, it took 2 of them to take that big old thing down. But
Yeah.
Is he half color? Is he like got like the bottom of him different color than the top, or is that just
Yeah, he's-
on a
yeah.
video?
he's
Yeah.
he's old, so he's turning white. So
Yeah.
he was, he was brown to begin with. So he's
Uh-huh.
getting, he's getting older, which he would
Yeah.
actually be over 100 years old. Honestly, he's
Wow.
over 100.
Wow.
So
Probably, yeah.
that's Dad's watcher. So I was so afraid if
Mhm.
I, lose part of my dad again. But if I'm honest to God, that night I felt so stupid. I just froze, and I broke my own rules. If I had not left the car running, the door open, I could not have got back in. You know where that place is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I could not because because it's nighttime. It's 1:30 in the morning. And I look in the rear view and tail lights are shining, and I see him, and I seen him go down, and I thought.
Right.
And I'm going to stop. I'm thinking, I'm going to stop. And I thought, he just gave his life to get your ass out of here. Get out. They're fighting to let you go.
You're so
Don't.
lucky, Donna. That was definitely scary. We was so worried about you. We all had.
That was but I go there all the time. I'm used to going out in the nighttime by myself. I don't,
Mhm.
It's different now. And it's just like that picture I sent you with that video. You said that you seen where his face is mangled. Maybe he's the one that got into it with him.
Yeah, I honestly believe that because if you look, because at first I looked at it, I thought, wait a minute, it looks weird, and I started looking again. But if you've seen, you've seen guys in a fight, but he's torn. It's like his eye, you see it here, mouth. Yeah, it's been, and his nose is split. His nose is split. It's like it's, so he's been fighting, but he took
fired
a good
up.
beat.
They're definitely fired up right now. This spring, everything, mating season, just everything,
That's what I
testosterone.
had last night. Yeah, I had the coyotes came in right to the house, and after the coyotes, because I was getting stuff hitting when we were doing Monsters Unleashed. That's when they started in.
Yeah.
And then he was the one that's here. He was like throwing things at the house. Of course, I had to do what I have to do to, because my dogs, the coyotes, there was 2 packs of coyotes. I found their den. It is plumb full of bones, and some bones are very concerning of what's there. I'm worried about what that might be, but
It's a monster. The coyotes out in there. I mean, they're like bred with a wolf. They're like a coyote wolf.
Yeah.
They're
See the guy
bigger than coyote.
out on at the end of Randall's Run. That man turned those wolves loose there because he was raising them.
Yeah.
Told him they was going to take them, and he just opened the cage, turned them loose.
Coyote.
So,
yeah. They're
whole different breed.
They're getting real thick out in our areas there.
We need to get
crazy.
some people to help, and that's one thing I don't mind to try to get rid of.
They need thinned out a little bit.
I don't like killing things or anything like that, but they are just too destructive and they're dangerous.
Yeah,
and they're not afraid anymore. I mean, that's it gets my house.
Yeah, they come right up.
Came in, like, here she comes. Barb brought her home. She comes in. I was like, do not go. I was in the show, and I'm like, don't go outside. Don't go outside. And I'm looking at her, and the next thing boom, she's gone. I'm like, don't go outside. There's coyotes out there. Honest to God, I feel sorry for Dad because she's a mini me. And I think, oh my Lord, what I did to him. She's doing, I'm getting revenge on me for her.
Well, with your guys' experiences and stuff that you guys have had lately, Rachel, you went out paranormal investigating last night. Did you come across anything?
I did. I went back to the old haunted church before all the tourists got here for the year. And yeah, I mean, I still have hours and hours of footage to go through, but it seemed to be very active last night. Even as we were first walking into the church, I'll go ahead and tell you guys this. So there was a guy that was stabbed 15 times right in the foyer as you're walking into the church. We were walking in, and my friend that was with me, he just stops there. And I was like, well, you're standing right there where this guy was stabbed to death. And EVP just screamed, please stop.
What?
It just kept
Oh,
going.
my
We
God.
did, like over 50 EVPs in less than an hour right there. And I've yet
Wow.
Give me cold
That's
chills.
Me
It was
too. Shivered all up.
and
crazy.
we walk in here and there's no wind or anything in this church, and the light bulbs just start swinging, and it's
Oh,
Oh,
so scary.
it was a wild
Yeah,
night last night for sure. There was a lot going on.
that's so awesome. I love it. Well, and I also went out on a paranormal investigation on Saturday or Friday night, excuse me. Friday, we went to Georgia's Air Force Base. It's abandoned. It's a very creepy place. It's very a lot of graffiti everywhere. It's just been torn apart. It's kind of sad how people just vandalize abandoned places instead of just leaving them alone. There was glass and debris just everywhere, nails sticking up, posts that were sticking up that you can easily trip on. We did pick up. I'm still going through the footage. I went through some of the pictures and came across something that's interesting. I'm not quite sure yet if it's actually paranormal. I'm still trying to kind of like debunk it, but it does look creepy. I showed it to Donna and Trisha last night. But it is kind of weird looking. Again, I'm still trying to figure it out if it is graffiti on the wall or is it something weird that was manifesting. I don't know yet. So I'm trying to also get with other people that were with us, the JJ Paranormal, to see if they caught the same thing maybe on their film. So to kind of debunk or whatever, because I'm still trying to it's weird. I'll share it with you guys so you can take a look. But we got stuff. We definitely had a lot of activity down in the nursery area of the hospital, because that's where we were mainly focused, is the hospital. But we got I got a sense of a little girl, Emily. The name came through, and I said she's short. She's about 4 or 5 years old, blonde hair, kind of curls, wavy curl, not curl like super curly, but wavy curls. And we ended up asking, is this Emily? And the dead bell, 1 is for yes, 2 is for no. And it dinged just one time. And then I got a sense of a male with us, and we got confirmation on video and through the equipment we were using. The couple that we were with, Nancy and Michael, they're not paranormal investigators. They just like to explore. They're very exploratory. So they've been there before, but it had been a while. And when they went, they had gotten some weird sounds and stuff like that. But Nancy was holding my K2 meter, and I have it on film. And she's like, and I said, there's the little girls right by you, Nancy. And I said, here, take the K2 meter and hold it out and see if we pick up anything. Because I wanted to see if what I was picking up was going to match. Sure enough, that K2 meter was going to red. And she was holding it for a while. We're talking with Emily and asking her questions. And all of a sudden she goes, Nancy's like, you guys, my arm is freezing. It's so cold. I went to go touch her. Her hand was ice cold, including her jacket. Her jacket arm was frozen. I was like, oh, and then I felt her other side, and it's hot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like
crazy.
It was so cool. It was awesome. But then we went down further into the basement kind of area. It's a big, huge, gigantic room. And there's this one part that felt very uncomfortable for me. And this is where I picked up something. I was taking photos. I was like, ching, 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 just one after the other, right? And something came through. Like I said, Donna's seen it, but I'm not sure yet if it is actual something paranormal. I don't know. I still have to kind of go through, but I'm telling y'all, it's creepy looking.
Yeah, you can see the face. You can see the face. It's just like
We all got good evidence and stuff then. Yay. Good job, team. And
So,
also,
Okay.
we did something sort of like that too, because where we were walking, he's in front of me always, usually, and I'm behind him taking pictures. And in one of his pictures, it looks like there's like a green kind of misty orb coming up. And I got to look at the times, but I'm pretty sure we was in the exact same spot. And then my picture is like bunches of like big green orbs. And I think like he got the beginning of it coming in, and then I got the back end of it coming in. So we
wow,
still got to match that up too. So it's pretty cool.
that's awesome.
Everybody did so good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and then unfortunately though, we had to leave. It's when you go out paranormal investigating, or probably even when you guys go out to the woods, you got some people that are so disrespectful and they don't care.
Right.
Whether they're young adults, whoever they might be, it's hard to say. They even can be grown. But people that have to be disrespectful and throw things at people that are just trying to paranormal investigate or just find evidence of unknown creatures or creatures that we talk about all the time. But our night ended kind of sad, in a sad way, because some young kids were throwing stuff, literally throwing rocks at us, throwing things at us. And it was at a time, which I thought was interesting. It was at a time, it was midnight. So, and we found beer bottles, still full, Modelo's, still full of beer, cold. So we know that someone was there, and they were trying to scare us off to get us out, so that they can either party or,
Yeah.
All their beer bottles open.
Yeah,
So,
we've gotten that here. Like when when the Night Stalkers come, we have the razors, the 4-wheelers, and we've been out deep in the wood. And I wasn't with them at the time this happened, but that came down to actually pulling guns,
Wow.
and it did. And
I've had them kind of run us off, but not that. That sucks.
that's
We usually have bigger guns.
Well, see, that's me.
Bigger guns.
Last summer I was with them, and the same group came through. It was funny because it's like 3:00 in the morning, deep in the woods. Same group comes through, and I just kind of stepped out into the light so that when they came through, they could see me.
Yeah.
And the very last one stopped, and he backs up, and then he starts talking very respectful, and he's talking to Mike, and I just kind of had stepped over, and but I live here, so they know me.
Yeah, I get it. They don't want. That's what I tell him all the time. I was like, we've got Soda County tags on our card, and we're out here driving around. They don't know what we're doing, I said, if you would just tell them, like, we're just out here, Bigfoot investigating or whatever, and be honest, maybe they'd calm down a little bit, because they're probably worried somebody's scoping out something to steal or something. So just be honest.
Yeah.
But,
well, I think with them, because the next day, it was a couple of days later, they had left, and I was down to the store, where the Bigfoot thing is, the big statue is, and they were there. And then one guy looks over and he goes, "Well, there's one of them there." And he goes, "You were with them Bigfoot people the other night, weren't you?" And I said, "Yep." He said, "Yeah, you're the one carrying that big hog leg, wasn't you?" And I said, "Yep."
You better get that right, bud. Sure was. Love it. It's a different area out there. They're like the wild west for sure. Out where she's from.
That's funny.
Ricky, he's up in the woods. Look at him. He said, "I love it out there." I don't know if you can see him. He's out there climbing on the tree.
That's funny.
He said, "I love it out there." It is fun.
All right, guys. Well, we're at an hour 5, so I think we can call it a show so everybody can get back to feasting or being with family and friends or just relaxing. And before our week, starts. Whatever
Yeah.
we got going on.
Good.
So Mandy, we'll start with you. How can we find you guys? Or how can we
Okay, you can find us at Southern Ohio Bigfoot, and I am also and and Coven of Curiosities, and I am finally fixing my channel is Darkness Discoveries because I had messed up my email, but it's going to be Darkness Discoveries at Yahoo, and Messenger, Facebook, Mandy and Rick Stiltner.
Awesome. All right. And then Donna, how can people find you?
Well, of course, with you, Coven of Curiosities. I also Monsters Unleashed.
Yeah.
Strange Knocks magazines with Gwendolyn Purcell. Facebook. I now have YouTube, and the TikTok is up doing something. It's not got a lot of stuff in it, but it's doing something. So numerous podcasts. You can find me on numerous podcasts here, there, and yonder. And am I missing anything?
You got your Facebook page. You mentioned
Yeah,
that.
my Facebook page. The Watchers Maidens.
Yep.
So you can find me under Watchers in the Woods or Watchers Maidens. And I'm always there to, if you've got a question, I'm happily answer it. As long as it's respectful, I don't take disrespect. I don't, and I have no problem with everybody's opinion. Everybody has one. And, I don't argue that fact. So whether you're a believer or a non-believer, I'm here. I know what I know. It ain't going to change.
Yeah, exactly. And Rachel, how can people find you?
I am on Facebook under Rachel Jones. You can shoot me a message anytime. Snapchat. I am Shadows of WNC13. Instagram and TikTok is ShadowWalker111. I'm still in the process of getting all that switched. You can email me with experiences at Haint, Hexes, and Hollers, no spaces, at gmail.com. And of course, I am here every Sunday evening. Tuesday and Thursday, I am on the NCI North Carolina Investigates podcast.
Yes. So I decided, guys, I've got so much going on like y'all do too. I decided to put everything in my Post-it notes and have it typed out because I'm tired of trying to remember everything.
I had to.
I feel you there.
Yeah. Seriously. So on social media, you can find me at on Facebook. It's Coven of Curiosity Podcast. Instagram, it's Coven _of_curiosities_pod and _SS because I do write short stories. TikTok is Coven of Curiosity Pod SS. Email. So if you guys would like to be a guest and you want to share your experience, this is a judgment-free zone. None of my Coven members have any type of judgment. We're all here to support each other and be there for one another. So you can email me at covenofcuriositypod@gmail.com if you would like to come on and share your experience, because we would love to hear it. You can also find me on the following YouTube shows, obviously on here at Coven of Curiosities, Sundays at 2 Pacific Standard Time and 5 p.m. Eastern. Monsters Unleashed, I am on there with Donna Copus and Trisha and Michael Webb, and they have Jen and a couple of others. That's Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm also on Grandpa's Old Haint Tales with good old Robert Effler from the NCI guys, and you can find that show at NCI North Carolina Investigate. There's no E at the end of investigate. -18, it looks like 18K. So, and that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m., 9 Eastern. And then I'm also every other Wednesday on the Haunted and Hunted Case Files with my good friend Joy from JJ Paranormal. And that's, again, every other Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 10 p.m. Eastern time. And we've got a good story coming up on our next Wednesday show. It's actually about Back Bay, and my first time actually paranormal investigating with them, and what I was picking up and what matched the history. So it's kind of cool. What I was picking up actually matched. So yeah, a lot of places. So if anybody wants to help out the McAlester family, I will be posting throughout the social media the clips, but I'll put the GoFundMe in there so that if anyone wants to donate whatever you possibly can. We know it's tight out there with the oil prices going up and gas prices going up. So but yeah, it's to definitely help Alicia's family to recover, and because her brutal attack was just insane. And I hope whatever it is that the DNA test results show, hopefully they'll actually state what it actually is. And if they don't, and if the case goes quiet, hush, hush, then us that do this on a regular basis, like you guys, and talk about, we know what it is. So, yeah. All right. Well, that is it. Anybody else got anything to say before we officially close out?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
See you
I'm
all
gonna be
next
around
Have a great week till then.
I want to meet up. We'll have some time together.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that we need. So remember, everyone, embrace the coven, be curious, and explore the eerie while discovering the dark world with the coven. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
I guess.
All right, guys, that's it, because it didn't go live. I don't know why it didn't go live. I'm really upset. I don't know what the fuck happened. Excuse my language. I'm just really irritated. It didn't go live.
Oh,
Oh my
Something
god.
wrong with the internet.
So what I'm going to have to do is I'll post it right away. Well, it when it downloads, it will go onto YouTube. So
yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, but we're done recording.
All right. Sorry we came in so late. It was hectic, but we did it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I was so late too. I thought I was actually 30 minutes early. Like I was finishing up, trying to hustle, get everything sent over to my email. The email